Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Millie Goats. I'm a.k.a. JBonez is here as per usual. Football season, Saturday night or Friday night, depending on what time of the season it is. And it is episode 362, and we are the hottest NFL pick'em show past the 11 o'clock Eastern hour. Everybody, Saturdays. We're way better on Saturdays than we are on Fridays. That is, we could go undefeated this week. But if you're listening to this show, podcast, or if you're watching it live, there is a winter storm happening across America right now. Some are saying Roger Goodell contrived this so that everybody would have to sit inside and watch Jarrett Stidham play football. If you're into the conspiracy NFL rigged, that's the one you would go with. But it doesn't matter because we have to pick these games. So it's not about Jarrett Stidham. Who cares? It's about us going 2-0 tomorrow.
Well, listen, if corporate America taught me one thing, it's the value of opening a meeting with a safety moment. So people, as you're out there, government's working overtime, chemtrails all day, every day across the entire country, just so they can dump feet of snow, boost your local economy, get your groceries, buy your milk, buy your sugar, buy your eggs, get your French toast go tomorrow. So when you're out there plowing, warm up, don't let the snow above your heart, take breaks. Don't be a hero, guys. Get back inside and watch some football.
Watch some football with us. 147, 128 on the year. Playoffs have not been good, but then we've also been picking on Fridays. That's just, look.
We clinched a winning season.
It's by 20 games. Like, it wasn't even close. So nerds at CBS could never do that. The contest we're in now is Splash Sports. It was CBS during the regular season. We had to find a new contest. So what we typically do is go back and look at our picks from last week, learn from our mistakes, picking the Niners all the time, and then we move forward. So
we got to do this again. I was one stupid Caleb Williams bomb away for $500. A 4-0 parlay.
It shouldn't have even happened because he missed the out route before. The guy, he's infuriated. I don't know if you're a Bears fan, you're like, this is awesome, but no, like it's that throw is not going to be made all the time. Like, if you're judging him on that, so I don't get it.
You listen, in honor of the Buffalo Bills, I would like to propose a rule change for next year where if something crazy happens to force a game to go to overtime and then they lose, we undo everything. None of that counts, and the Rams cover. So 2026 rule change.
Oh, didn't you say there was some moment in the Bills game where you said, oh, that was it? That was the rule change.
Yeah, we're going to see, basically Josh Allen only gets the ball in overtime next year. That'll be the next rule. The catch, you want to talk about it, but is what it was.
Brandon Cooks?
Yeah, you catch it. If there was no defender there, that ball flies out and hits the ground. Incomplete. So.
Bills
Listen, Josh Allen's had the ball 6 times in overtime and hasn't won a single game. Maybe he's the problem. Got his head coach fired because he big-timed the owner. And the owner's like, that's my best friend. He's big-timing me. This has to be because of the coach. Fired him without a plan. They have no plan.
That's what he said. He said he walked into the locker room and saw how upset Josh Allen was. So it's like, Josh Allen, man, you got to – did he cry on purpose? Or does he have to learn not to cry? Or what? You can't fire a coach basically because your quarterback was crying. So that whole
just looking for some late breaking news. I came across like a 5-minute video on Twitter of Josh Allen flopping. So that's a fun piece of business we can do. The guy's Donovan McNabb. Just is. Sorry. Get your wife to put you in some Campbell's soup commercials and retire early.
It's unbelievable. It's that whenever I saw the stat that he was 0-7 in overtime, I'm like, that's not good.
They changed the rules for him at least 3 times.
So even since then, he's 0-7.
Yes.
Or 0-3, probably, I guess. Good gosh, man.
It was McDermott's fault, but also it was not a catch. So.
Well, McDermott's defense, too, in his defense, has given up an absolutely asinine amount of points when having the lead. So it's just you got a quarterback that apparently who's really good that can't win in overtime, and a coach that can't stop anybody who's a defensive coach when they have the lead. Not a good – if you're a Bills fan, and you're in that Broncos game. I mean, I thought I was like, this is what they want. Ball in your quarterback's hand. I'm a guy who has to listen to everybody tell me Purdy can't win from behind and he sucks and all this stuff. And here's Josh Allen, can't do it.
I'm sure it was Sean McDermott's defense's fault that Josh Allen tried to run a 75-yard sweep and just cough the ball for no reason.
Just rugby tossed it 40 yards backwards and put the Broncos in the field goal position.
This is what I've been saying. Tom Brady in the booth has continued to remind me that the quarterbacks in today's football are not Tom Brady. They used to look at a field, have a progression, know where they're going with the ball. Now it's just running backs that have arms, run around, hope for a miracle. Caleb Williams, Josh Allen.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's why people, when they watch Matthew Stafford, are like, oh my gosh, this guy's incredible. It's like, no, he has no choice but to look at the field and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, he's all we got to a real quarterback until Jared Stidham rolls out tomorrow.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I mean, Phillip Rivers came in off the bench and threw for like 300 yards.
Yeah, old school.
Just by being able to be like, I know what you're doing. Before
future Bills head coach Phillip Rivers.
I saw they might bring in Ed Reed too.
Oh boy, they're basically doing what Colorado's doing.
Let's go. We got a few people here on you. If you're listening to the podcast, thank you. Like, subscribe, download all that stuff. We've got Taylor here. He said he's bad. He's just now getting to the ER. Hope you're okay.
Boy.
All facts, no printers says y'all dating. No.
Maybe.
Oh. Well, yeah.
Eh.
Maybe, yes.
Long distance pen pals.
GG Play says, hey, who y'all having, Seahawks or Rams? Stay tuned.
Good question.
Because we're about to get right into that. But first, we have to go to what we did last week, which is what we typically do. And I just want to say, this winter storm, this was a lot of hullabaloo for the first, I mean, not for you, but for the South down here. Milk and bread, gone.
French
gone.
Toast, hot in the streets.
French toast, bread pudding, everybody apparently, milk sandwiches, whatever you want to call it, just gone. Nothing left down in the South. Generators, gone. Gasoline, gone. And it hasn't, I think it's icing where my brother is, which is west. But it's supposed to be pretty bad ice tomorrow for the central part of the state. But that's neither here nor there. I made chicken and dumplings tonight in honor of a winter storm. And it was homemade dumplings, the whole nine. It was cold, and I'm like, you know what? I got to make a cold meal. I got to make a cold weather meal. And chicken and dumplings is what it was. And it was phenomenal.
Strong. Leftovers?
Yes.
See you tomorrow.
Yep. I mean, come on. Couldn't be any better. So, now that that's out of the way, good luck.
Get that off your chest.
Yes, had to get that off my chest. Let's go back. We were just talking about it. Bills, Broncos. Broncos win 33-30. Bills were road dogs on splashsports.com.
Oh, you didn't know?
Broncos come through 33-30. A couple of flags at the end of the game. Everybody's like, oh my gosh. But really what turned the tide was James Cook fumbling, because that was a disaster early in the game. Disaster.
Disagree. Could have got away with that. Josh Allen's fumble before halftime.
Also true.
Killed it. In a world where you run the ball and take the points, just giving up 3 points going into halftime is stupid. And there was nothing good was going to come of that.
13 seconds broke him. 13 seconds broke them. They thought, hey, we got 20 seconds. The Chiefs did it. We can do it. When in reality, it really broke the psychology of the Bills for probably like 3 years.
Well, anyone who's played Madden knows the game's going to stick it to you if you try to go score some points with 13 seconds left in the half. They're going to. I don't know how to this day, we don't have like some Madden winner. Like this guy won a bunch of tournaments who gets like an offensive coordinator job. It seems like a natural like feeder system. You're going to get a clever mind out there who can throw stuff across the room. I'm fired up.
If you
more that came from
the Cleveland Browns, you could probably work for them because you have to write an essay and do some. Did you see that?
Yeah. Well, listen, they don't want any Condoleezza Rice's applying this time.
Still one of the greatest headlines ever. When was that? 2019 or something? So
yeah,
the Bills,
Stefanski instead, right?
Yeah, who apparently he's going to Atlanta, correct? Gosh,
he's going.
Oh yeah,
Billy boy.
People are mad. But shout out to Bo Nix, who broke his leg apparently, and worst possible way to get to the AFC Championship is by losing your quarterback, who, if the Broncos do win this game, we can then say Bo Nix is the system quarterback. That's the
Well,
only
it
thing
won't be the first time the Patriots lost a championship game to a backup quarterback.
Shout out Nick Foles for the all-time greatest tweet, probably ever.
Big Dick Nick.
Probably hasn't tweeted in like 4 years,
Saved
and
it.
came out with that banger. Do we think Pete Carroll fell off? Oh yeah.
Do we Sleepy Pete?
I think his style of football with today's players does not work.
Well, they didn't have a quarterback.
Yes. And he doesn't know how to evaluate a quarterback either, apparently. Because he's just still, for whatever reason, stuck on Geno Smith.
Yeah, with Kenny Pickett, Super Bowl champion right there.
Right, exactly. Culture. So the Broncos won 33-30. And the Bills have just been in a free fall, basically sacrificing Keon Coleman to the football gods, apparently.
That poor guy.
As Bean and Pagula just have a circle jerk to see how much they can stroke each other off. But the reason, the South Park guy rubbing his nipples. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sitting up there telling everybody that it wasn't Bean's fault. It wasn't his fault. It was the coach's fault that they drafted Coleman. And it's like, okay, all right, you're blaming Keon Coleman for 6 years of not being able to get a Super Bowl. Okay, we get it.
I've been anti-Bean for quite some time. If you've been following closely,
most people are.
Did you see Keon Coleman when he signed his original rookie contract? Asked the guy, like, do I do my real name, my whole name, or just my signature name? Because he signs autographs. It's just a CK. KC.
If the Seahawks go to the Super Bowl, they better not throw at the goal. Yeah, I agree. Well, they might because they have Sam Darnold. So I got some stats for you about that later too. I made a spreadsheet because I was laying in bed last night and I made a spreadsheet about Sam Darnold. The results did not.
Is he your 13 seconds?
No, it was just, I was like, the Seahawks, when they can run the ball, are very, very effective. I saw it against the 49ers. I want to see how they did it against teams who can stop the run. And I made this whole spreadsheet about what his QBR or his rating was, what his completion percentage was, what his turnover to touchdown rate. Like I made a whole thing against teams that were ranked top 12 in the NFL against the rush and see what happens. So I did come out with some interesting numbers.
Wait, yes.
So
what did the Seahawks do last week?
Well, 41-6. We took the Niners plus 7.5.
Kyle Shanahan saving those plays for next year. Beautiful. Love it.
I had to come out with some angle. I had to do something. That was my way of rationalizing. I was coping. I'm sorry, I had to do it. So, but that was bad. Here's the whole thing is that I said this on the show the other night. I was like, I spent probably an hour setting up a campfire, setting up a projection screen out on my back deck, chairs around it, the whole 9 yards. And the minute I sit down, touchdown, Rashid Shaheed. I looked at my father-in-law and I was like, that's not good. We couldn't score a touchdown last 2 weeks ago against this team. What makes you think we're going to be able to score one? And they already have a 7-point lead. So, but that was bad. Their defense just beat the wheels off the 49ers. It was bad. And they just ran it down their throats. Like, Sam Darnold threw for like 120 yards. So
yeah, but like the old Thanos meme, what did it cost them? Charbonnet.
Yep. We'll see how that goes. Kenneth Walker, 3 touchdowns or whatever it was, but I still tend to say that was the defensive holding call before half. That's what did it. That's what turned the tide.
No, you already said what turned the tide. The kickoff.
The kickoff. The game was so bad. And Eddie Pinheiro out there slide tackling somebody. Actually, by the way, the ref threw an absolute dime. Did you see that?
Dropped it right in the bucket. That was no fault in Pinheiro. That was brilliant because you know what? A penalty and a slide tackle better than a touchdown. Good
point. Well, and also, like you said, you immediately said, shout out to Pinheiro for giving you hope because there was a flag on the play.
I know. Anytime there's a flag on a kickoff, it's a holding.
No, of course not. The defensive holding before halftime on the 49ers from the defensive lineman on a third down. It was still 17-6 at that point because the Seahawks offense had only scored 10 points. Like, it was bad. It was 17-0 in the first quarter, but it took all the way until the very end of the second quarter for the Seahawks to score that touchdown after the defensive holding. So it was only 10 points.
You're trending into battered wife territory here.
Yeah. Just saying. People were like,
loves
oh,
me.
the Seahawks were bludgeoning them. No, the defense was bludgeoning them. Had nothing to do with the offense. They were running the football down the throat. Anyways, 41-6, season's over. They're going to move. Get them away from the electrical stimulation plant or whatever the hell it is. Oh, gosh. Big changes coming for the Niners. Salah's already gone, so
Which
terrible
sucks for you.
Terrible hire for the Titans. Terrible idea.
What, for you or for them?
For them.
I don't get it. I would never hire a defensive-minded head coach. Sorry, wouldn't do it. You're just not setting yourself up for sustained success.
No. Well, because you're going to get an offensive coordinator, and if you have any type of offensive success, gone.
Eagles.
But I'm right. Yeah, I agree. Yes. Then we had the Patriots and the Texans in a snowstorm.
What a game.
28-16.
Who wants it less?
Oh, exactly. Dude, CJ Stroud. Holy moly. Unbelievable. Just.
Did you see Orlovsky taking the heat?
Oh, what happened?
Dan Orlovsky said 31 other quarterbacks could have won that game with that Texans defense. Then he had to apologize because he said when he's getting into the content game, he would never throw other quarterback brethren under the bus. And he did exactly that. Now, granted, he's probably right. CJ Stroud has stunk since he big-time Caleb Williams last season. Big brothered him.
Good point.
Dating a porn star for a hot minute. Going on podcasts sounding he's on the Mount Rushmore quarterbacks.
Top 5.
He's kind of a joke. Maybe he goes to the school of McVay when Stafford rides off in the sunset. Minus money. Stafford rides off in the sunset, and McVay gets a former Ohio State quarterback. Heard it here first.
I love that.
Joe Burrow.
That would be great.
CJ Stroud.
I mean, the Texans defense just kept giving them chances. And it was finally the one-handed catch by Boutte that pretty much put it out of reach. I mean, the Texans were still in it somehow. I have no idea how, with like 7 turnovers.
The whole time. They showed the old stat of CJ Stroud. He spiked it 35 times. Better QBR. It was bad. There was another 2 or 3 interceptions that were dropped.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the Patriots are just, they have had just unbelievable. I mean, they're good, but luck with just how things have fallen.
Yeah. I would assume that Matt Stafford's finger falls off and that oblique of Sam Darnold explodes at some point tomorrow just to set up the Super Bowl for the Patriots.
Yep.
Although they're a weird team, right? They're built with this deep ball. And you're playing a postseason game in Foxborough and deep balls, forget about it. Sorry, but figure out how to run the ball. You got some good tanks back there.
Gosh, dude, the Texans defense is so good. They're Stingley and Lassiter and the whole. They were really good. That sucks. But, so the Patriots win, and then we come down to the Rams, and also we had Broncos -1.5. Cash that. JBonez said to take the Seahawks. We should have taken the Seahawks.
I took the Seahawks.
You took the Seahawks. So that's kind of a halvesy. And then we took the Patriots -3.5. So really, we're 2.5 and half.
I was feeling good.
And then we get to Sunday night. Snowstorm, 5 degrees. Place is rocking. Great game. Rams,
the old
Bears.
Cash out, flip the money line. I'm like, maybe that's what I need to do. No, they got it. And it was like tight the whole time. Like, all right. And he shot out to Sean McVay. He went for the cover. He was in field goal range. They threw 3 shots to the end zone. We had a chance, people. We had a chance.
Rams 20, Bears 17. Everybody's going to talk about the inning. Caleb Williams running backwards, throwing it up. Cole Kmet, back of the end zone.
Meant nothing.
And let's not forget that Caleb Williams had 3 interceptions.
Well, one was on 4th down. It was a turnover either way.
Still interception.
One ugly one. That's on him. And then one that his receiver seemingly sold him out. So, business decision.
Yeah, DJ Moore. There was catching a lot of heat for that. Also, going back to Dan Orlovsky, The man needs to get off of Twitter. He wants to be on Twitter because, when you're a social media person, that's what you do. But he's like, this apple tear you down, man. It's like, well, then just get away from it. Easier
I saw
said than done.
someone tweet out a list of CAA clients. Number 1 being Josh Allen, number 2 being the Orlovsky, Amia Kimes. Every ESPN talking head are basically in bed with the same agent. So when you wonder why they aren't critical of Josh Allen, because they're all in business together.
Same thing with Ryan Clark.
Ryan
CJ
Clark.
Stroud.
Yeah.
Same agent. And he got up there, and when everybody was saying, bench CJ Stroud, because he's had, 9 turnovers in 6 quarters of football, playoff football. And everybody's saying, bench CJ Stroud, and Ryan Clark gets up there and says, no, he's got 30 minutes to prove that he's the guy. And it's like, well, he kind of already had, I don't know, 120 other minutes to prove that he was the guy. And he just keeps giving the ball to the other team. Maybe we just don't need to do that when you have a defense that's good, that it's actually taking the ball from the other team and giving it to you, and then you just give it right back. He did that twice. So,
well, shout out to Stephen A. Smith, who, went out there. He's not supposed to give credit to the brothers. But there's a brother coach in the Patriots defense doing a hell of a job, except for the fact that Terrell Williams, the brother, hasn't coached this season. He's out on a medical thing.
Yeah, he's fighting prostate cancer. Has been since week 2.
Yeah, Zach Kerr, white guy, leading an incredible Patriots defense. So
and then Cam Newton's up there saying that Notre Dame hasn't been relevant in 10 years. And the host said they played the national title last year.
1 year ago. Yep. A lot of playoff games in the last 10 years. Yeah.
And the guy, then Cam Newton
number 1 recruiting class. No big deal.
Oh my gosh, dude. And then Cam Newton said a couple weeks ago, he goes, he needed to see Indiana play a team like Oregon for him to trust them. And I'm like, does this guy not watch? Does he just not watch football? I mean, I get you played, you were a legend, and you were, you've got a lot of records and all this stuff, but that doesn't mean you can just go up there and make up stuff. But I guess you can, because he's still getting paid. So.
That's it. Rage bait. Indiana changed the game. Michigan, Ohio State, they were doing it, but no one could connect the dots. You see Indiana win. It's about getting a grown-ass man 22 times, putting him out on that field. Ohio State said goodbye to all their 5-star freshmen. So we don't need you. Go to transfer portal, get a bunch of 20, 25-year-olds. Grown-ass man.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. They don't make mistakes. They're focused. They've been the season for a couple of years. Oh yeah, they changed the game.
Those recruiting rankings are BS anyway.
Well, they're all probably. I mean, if you know anything about PFF is even
PFF's garbage, hot garbage.
Yeah,
they don't even watch the games.
Of rankings. I mean, the CFP rankings. We all know that they're.
At least they try.
Yeah.
What was Christian McCaffrey's PFF ranking?
23rd or something.
Offensive player of the year, and he's like, he's the 23rd best running back. Okay.
Up for MVP, offensive player of the year.
Yeah, cool. Those rankings are all the same guy. You know that? Makes a website, gets big, sells it, then starts another website. He's done it 3 times. Wow. All they do is they wait for who's Nick Saban recruiting? Oh, this kid? Well, he's got to be a 5-star. Give him 2 more stars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's all they do. They don't know.
Well, it gets all the fan bases riled up, and then they get donate. They probably get a little kickback. I guarantee you they do. You tell somebody they got
Jennings, the best 5-star quarterback. People forget.
That's right, baby. They should have put him in against the Eagles instead of CMC a couple years ago in the NFC Championship.
Was he there yet?
Purdy got hurt. What? Yeah.
Was he there? Okay.
Oh, GG says Seahawks Rams is a real dude. Yeah, the NFL wanted Seahawks Rams. They wanted that game because that Thursday night game was electric. He says he's excited to see if the New York Giants can get a good rebuild. Harbaugh, he wanted to go there. That's for sure. I'll tell you that. They do have a lot of good young pieces. It's going to depend on if Jackson Dart is going to stop running into brick walls with his helmet off.
You know the 2015 number 1 quarterback was, according to 247 Sports?
Wasn't it Juwan Jennings?
No. Juwan
Stidham?
Jennings was number 5. He was a 4-star, committed to Tennessee. Number 1, 6'4", 195, gentleman out of Stephenville, Texas, by the name of Jarrett Stidham, ahead of the likes of Kyler Murray, 5-star. Your boy, Juwan Jennings, 4-star. Number 5. Number 6, Sam Darnold. Maybe you've heard of him. Number 7, Joe Burrow. Number 9, Lamar Jackson.
Wow. People are talking about the 2018 draft of Sam Darnold being the first. Wouldn't that be Jarrett Stidham if he made the Super Bowl?
Mm.
Where's that graphic? Oh, did we just make a graphic?
Number 52, Jacoby Myers.
Really?
3-star quarterback. Yeah.
Love that.
Number 56, out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Dual threat, 2-star quarterback, Alec Ingold.
Oh, the fullback?
The fullback.
Wow. Love that. Rams win 20-17. That game was awesome. I would say they got it right. They probably should have put the 49ers Seahawks first game, right? Right.
I have no problem with the schedule. I think it made a lot of sense.
Okay. Me Anonymous says Broncos are winning it all. Denver deal exposed the fact that Stafford should not really be the MVP or that Darnold and the Sea Chickens is overly hyped. You know what? I love that take, Me Anonymous. I love that take. Let the Broncos win it all. Let's go, baby. R1 Avenger, Rift Avenger says, "Yo, y'all are giving out picks because I don't really know who to pick." Well, you came at the right time because we were just going over last week's picks. We went 2-2. We took the Rams.
Hey, real quick. I don't know if we brought it up yet, but your boy GG, he's excited to see the Giants rebuild. Heard it here first. The NFL is going to schedule us another Harbaugh Super Bowl. That's why that happened.
Damn it. He also said, what do we think about the Ravens head coach, which is a DC from the Chargers, Minter?
Get your offensive coordinator right.
Yes, you have to get the offensive coordinator right. Did Lamar Jackson have a say in that? Because I feel like Lamar Jackson probably wanted a offensive guy. No?
Lamar Jackson is going to Las
Vegas. Did you also see the news out of the Raiders camp that Max Crosby might be going to San Francisco?
Max Crosby's going to Philly.
No. Buddy.
Yeah.
You guys are going to get Trey Hendrickson, and that's okay, but it won't be Max Crosby.
No, we're not going to sign a free agent.
To be determined.
A.J. Brown for Max Crosby. Right here first.
Okay. Championship weekend. Make our picks. We have got 3 o'clock AFC Championship. Kind of sad. Kind of sad because this is the last game where we have last day we have multiple football games on. And then the next game would be the Super Bowl, which I'm not thrilled about any one of these potential matchups because I hate the Rams and I hate the Seahawks. So this sucks to have to sit here.
Rams Patriots gave us one of the worst Super Bowls in recent memory.
Oh God, yeah, we don't need that again.
I think Seahawks Patriots, that was an exciting one.
So we've got the New England Patriots at the Broncos, -4.5. The Patriots are favored. Broncos 4.5-point underdogs. Then we've got the late game NFC Championship +2.5. Rams underdogs on the road +2.5 against the Seahawks. We just saw what the Seahawks did to the 49ers, of course. Chosen says defense wins championships. It'll be the Broncos and Seahawks winning tomorrow. I like that. And then Rift Avenger says, could you give me 3 picks that are good? I'd probably put 100 down, and I low-key want it to be hella safe. I'm down 100 on the NBA. NBA ain't my thing.
Wow.
What the hell? No pressure, but buckle up, Rift Avenger.
JSN 14-1 Super Bowl MVP odds. Just saying.
14-1.
Yes, sir. Right now, you got to win tomorrow to get in. If they lose tomorrow, that bet loses. It's not a if they get there situation.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I've got some first game, Patriots, Broncos. I've got some fun Jarrett Stidham stuff.
He's got a tail.
Jarrett Stidham was actually drafted by New England.
You're really digging deep for these facts.
Jarrett Stidham is married to Tad Brown. Do you know who Tad Brown is? Tad Brown's daughter, sorry.
Who's that?
That is the owner of the 76ers.
What?
Yes.
You're lying. That's not the owner of the 76ers.
Yes, it is.
Tad Brown?
Yeah, New Jersey's Devils.
No.
Who's the owner of the 76ers?
Josh
Michael
Harris
Rubin.
is who you're thinking of.
Michael Rubin. Oh, it's owned by Harris Blitzer.
Yes.
Okay. Well, where did Tad Brown? He's part of that group somewhere.
Josh Harris is a managing partner of the Sixers, Devils, and Commanders. And Joe Gibbs Racing. Fun fact.
Well, who the hell is Tad Brown?
No idea. Hold on, let me dig into this. Oh, he's the CEO of Harris Blitzer. Yeah, he's not
There
the owner.
you go.
He works for the owner. Okay.
Okay. There
So
we go.
My team's the owner. Get lost.
Knew it. Wasn't that a fun stat? You know his first start, Jarrett Stidham.
Versus the Broncos.
It was versus the 49ers a couple years ago, 2022. And he went off. And I remember that game. So, I also had that he was the number 1 overall quarterback recruit, but you already covered that in 2015. No conference title starting quarterback has ever started less games than Jarrett Stidham. Did you know that Jarrett Stidham was a quarterback at Auburn when Bo Nix went on his visit there?
Ooh.
How about that? Am I doing anything for you here?
I'm gushing. Keep going.
He only needs 13,235 yards to pass Tom Brady in playoff passing yards.
Why are you passing Tom Brady? That's looking through the rear view. Working through the windshield. How close is he to passing John Elway?
I don't know.
He's a Bronco now, damn it.
That's all I have right now.
Interesting.
And Sean Payton loves him. He calls him Stiddy. He's not worried about Stiddy in this game. He's worried about
Sean
else.
Payton's going to be the key in all this. Okay, he already said he's going to let Stiddy. He's going to let him sling it.
Stiddy.
All right, he's opened up. This is going to be a game manager Brock Purdy situation. This is going to be a 5-star former quarterback. Go out there and sling. Sean Payton has coached 17 games with the backup. 17 games with the backup, excluding those 3rd and 4th string preseason games. In those games, 13-4 straight up. Sean Payton knows how to get his guys right. This is the guy, when he was a Saints head coach, put $1 million cash on the table, said this is yours if you win this game today. Master motivator. I was listening to Chase Daniel on the Ryan Russillo podcast talking about this guy, Chase Daniel, 13-year career, perennial backup. He's a backup with Andy Reid. He's a backup on the Eagles. He was a backup for the Chiefs. He was a backup for the Lions, for the Rams. Most importantly, he was a backup for Drew Brees. 3rd string, Mark Brunell in there also. But I bring all this up because Sean Payton, he's in his head with his backup. He's telling him, don't let Drew Brees win this job. This is your job to win. You go out there and you win it. He's saying the same things to Jarrett Stidham all year. And you look at a line. What was it going to be with Bo Nix? Broncos -3. I think I saw. Look ahead. Bo Nix goes down. Stidham comes in. Competent 5-star former quarterback. The lines, where are we at here? 4.5. You believe it was 3 originally? That's what, a 7-point swing? Bo Nix is not worth 7 points. No. He's still developing. Way overreach. Home dogs of at least 4 points in the NFL playoffs are 10-0 against the spread, 6-4 straight up in the past 50 years. I love the Broncos here. Do they win? I don't know. Let's say they win. It's a fun story. Backup quarterbacks beating the Patriots. Who doesn't love that? I think.
Yes.
Last week I said one of my rules: you can't trust first-time quarterbacks. All right. Here we are with a first-time quarterback. 2 of them, actually, if you really think about it.
Yeah.
The one I want to talk about is Drake May. I said last week, yes, there can be success for first-time quarterbacks. However, it comes when the team carries them. And the Patriots are still in a rebuild. This is a 3-win team last year. Got the head coach right. Got the offensive coordinator right. Clearly got the defensive coordinator right. They're still in a rebuild. Offensive line, they draft some pieces. Touchy at best. Defense, we'll see what you get out of it. On the other side, the Broncos are at the tail end of that rebuild. They are what they are. They're an elite defense. They have their captain go down. They're going to rally around this backup. Win it for Bo. Broncos cover 4.5.
I love it. I love it. I love this. Well, I mean, look. The Patriots have played really good defenses. Very good defenses the
Who?
past 2 weeks.
Past 2 weeks.
Chargers,
Okay.
Chargers,
Okay.
Texans. Drake May cannot hold on to the football. They had the benefit of being at home in those games. Do we think that the Broncos, who have the fifth most sacks in NFL history because they had 68, are not going to be able to get the ball out of his hands? Because we saw last week against the Bills, it wasn't really Bo Nix being like, we're going to rally you down the field. It was the Broncos creating a plus, 4 or 5 turnover margin against one
Tom
of the best.
Brady's 0-3 in Denver in the playoffs. You think first-time quarterback's going to roll through there and do what Tom Brady couldn't do? Come on.
Their defense consistently ranked first or second in pressure, often utilizing 30% blitz rate to disrupt quarterbacks. So, and let's make no business about it. Has Drake May been playing good football?
No.
No offense, Demo, who's here, put his little Drake, male mallard duck. So, the Ninja's here on Rumble. How we doing? He says, I think if Dre has a bad game, they lose this game. Drake has been playing bad. He's not been playing well. I'm sorry. They've been winning, but I think their defense has really kind of been the key to that because they made CJ Stroud's life miserable and they made Justin Herbert's life miserable. So you don't think Sean Payton, who's a much more advanced offensive mind, is going to be able to figure out what the Patriots are doing on defense to create this much pressure? Because they're basically just not respecting anything that anybody's doing on the offensive side of the ball, running like a bunch of crazy people out there.
Well, the minute Bo Nix went down, all the proverbial pressure shifted to the Patriots. This is a must-win game. You can't lose to a backup quarterback. Can't. What will they say?
Revenge game, Josh McDaniels, too.
How about it?
Yeah. And Jarrett Stidham because he was drafted by the Patriots. So we got to – who wants revenge more? So, mine clearly set against the pass regardless. Broncos have a top O-line, so they want to have to be able to get pressure like that. Yeah, and that's another good point, BMO. Very good point. That the offensive line for the Broncos is probably the best remaining offensive line in the playoffs as far as protecting the quarterback. So, and I think the Patriots have been getting to the quarterback by blitzing a lot. So if you're going to do that, you don't think Sean Payton's going to be able to carve that up? I mean, he's going to basically tell what's-his-face, Stidham, and be like, here, throw it here.
Well, that's another thing Chase Daniel went into. Sean Payton is more of this old school philosophy. We talked about how, Josh Allen, Caleb, they just sling it and hope for the best. There's more of a progression read system with the Sean Payton offense. So while, learned quarterbacks are just completely blown away by this defense the Patriots are running where it's cover 2, cover 3, they're doing this hodgepodge on left and right side of the field that can confuse you. Sean Payton can set it up the same way Kyle Shanahan sets things up for your boy Brock Purdy to throw to a wide open guy every time. I think Sean Payton can design things. Go through your progressions. 1, 2, 3, bang, get it out, move the ball down the field. We're see some good old fashioned progression read football on a Sunday afternoon in the snow.
That's two shots at Brock Purdy that I've seen in the past 10 minutes. That's okay.
I was just trying to make it relatable for you.
So we like the Broncos. I like the
Yes,
Broncos.
we do.
We like the Broncos. Do they win? We don't know. It's not important.
Sure. Who cares? Give me the points.
Doesn't matter. 4.5. That's what you're. Hey, where you at? Rift Avenger. There's pick number 1. Take the Broncos plus 4.5 at home. That place is gonna be rocking too. It's gonna be rocking. So
19 degrees with 12-mile-an-hour winds out of the north.
What's the Broncos run defense? That's. I'm pretty sure they're run because the way that Mike Vrabel is probably built is like, hey, let's establish the run and take the pressure off of Drake May and this and that, and because Drake May is going to sit back there and want to take that extra pat, that extra little little extra hitch in his giddy up to try to make the big play. That's who he is. He's been doing it all playoffs. So, Broncos run defense. Second. 91 yards a game they allow.
Wonder who Tony Romo's going to have. Because it's very clear he had the Bills first 2 rounds. Wonder who he's going to be on.
This Broncos defense is something. Their stats are really, really good.
A lot of those stats, though, reflect a very good first half of the year. Not nearly as dominant second half.
Fair enough.
But they were so good in those first 10 weeks.
Well, Ramondre Stevenson's been running wild in the playoffs. And I just don't think the Broncos are going to let that happen. I think they're going to do the old shell, play everything, hey, you want to bend, don't break, give it up between the 20s, and we're just going to run like madmen. So, that right there you go. There's another one. Interception for Drake. I like that. The ninja. Where you at? Where you at, Rift Avenger? There's another one. Interception for Drake, for sure. Okay. We move to the late game, 6:30, NFC Championship. Sadly, I've been getting all kinds of Snapchat updates from, 2 years ago, whenever the Niners were in the NFC Championship last. Check. On this day, 2 years ago, I'm dressed up in my Niners stuff. My kids are wearing their Niners stuff. Not so much anymore.
Well, teams that beat the 49ers in the playoffs typically win Super Bowls.
7 out of the 8 last times, except for the Eagles.
Should have been 8 out of 8 with the sod father.
Exactly. It was the Eagles. Well, that's karma because you really shouldn't have beaten the 49ers because Brock Purdy blew his elbow up. So
they murdered the 49ers. Good old fashioned.
Look, when the Niners lose, they lose terribly in the playoffs. They either make the conference championship or they lose miserably. So, Rams, Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, and the boys versus this vaunted Seahawks. We run nickel all the time because we have 5 or 6 DBs that can punch you in the face and let our front 4 go at it. We run the football now. Seahawks. Kubiak, one of the hottest names in head coaching cycles. Offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. Rams, back in the same position. Did they play in the NFC? No, they lost in the divisional round to the Eagles last year. This really is, to me, a battle of Sean McVay being smart enough to look at this tape and be like, our front 7 on defense is good enough to make the Seahawks have to throw the football because that's what you have to do if you want to beat the Seahawks. Now, the weakness of the Rams defense is sadly their defensive backfield. They are terrible.
Is it the same defensive backfield that somehow forced 7 turnovers? Intercept Sam Darnold like, you get a prize every time?
That's true.
They've got Sam Darnold's number. Chris Schul is getting head coaching interviews because of the box he put Sam Darnold in twice this year.
This is a bad matchup for the Seahawks. Bad.
Double bad?
Bad.
What the hell are the Rams? Because everything they put on film in the playoffs is a completely different way they put on film in the regular season. There's a reason Mike McDonald doesn't even go and see his kid anymore and just stays at the facility all day, all night, just talking ball. The Rams, last time they played 62% of 13 personnel is their season high. All right. They've completely abandoned that 13 personnel. Everyone talk about the regular season. Oh my God, they're bringing 3 tight ends back to the NFL. Oh my God. Oh my God. The Bears game, 3rd lowest rated play action. Panthers, 2nd lowest rated play action. This is a team that loved play action. 4 of their 5 touchdown passes against the Seahawks came off play action. So Sean McVay has the benefit of these 2 playoff games with the film completely departed from their bread and butter. 7 different kinds of smoke. What do they even think they're going to get? Because we know the Seahawks love their 2 high safeties. You just touched on it with their nickel.
Yep.
Rams are best team against 2 high safety looks. All right. I boil it down to the 2 sides of the ball, right? When the Rams have it, you have a great offense against a great defense. Okay, so you can't really take much away from that. When the Seahawks have the ball, you've got this liability offense against a great defense. People forget, very good. I mentioned it, Chris Schul, potential head coach, because of how good the defense is. They feasted off Darnold interceptions all over the place. And you go back to that Thursday night game, they were winning big. They're not going to blow a lead like that again.
Shaheed.
The Seahawks stole that game on chicanery. Chicanery is great in the NFL. You can win games with chicanery, but you can't rely on chicanery. So you stole a game with the chicanery and Thursday Night Football. You're in the playoffs now. It ain't going to work. You're not going to have a backwards, lateral, fumble, forward, touchdown. You're not going to have a surprise punt return. An offense just turns it off. They had 500 yards of offense. Puka Nacua was catching and get every single matchup on the field. He just ate. They've got options. Only worried that Sean McVay is too smart for his own good. Saw a little bit of that last week. I like the Rams outright.
I'm with you.
Fun fact, Seattle is 29-28 all time against the Rams, and this point differential is 1,223. Seahawks, Rams, 1,222, -1. Rams win tomorrow by 1 point, and they're deadlocked going into the next season. Also, I hate to bring up sour subjects, but Sean McVay's 3-0 against the AFC West or NFC West in the playoffs. His career.
I'm gonna whisper this sidebar. Nobody pay attention. Sean McVay's a really good coach. He's very good.
Is he too smart for his own good?
I don't think so. I think the way they lost the last game, he is going to put Mike McDonald in an absolute phone booth of hell. It's just going to be a glass case of emotions all night. He's going to be running tight ends in and out. He's going to be running backs in and out. He's going to be running so much shit, they're not going to know what to do. McDonald's not going to know what to do. McDonald's feeling himself coming off,
Oh, yeah. Way too good of a result last week.
Yeah.
You would have rather won close.
Yes.
They're going to feel themselves, think, oh, we'll just get punt returns. The Rams special teams are crap.
I
will say this. The Rams, people are going to make a big deal. Oh, an indoor team going outdoors in the playoffs. Oh, my God. Can't trust it. Okay, the Rams went and played the elements in Carolina, and they went and played the elements in Chicago. Tomorrow's high is 42 degrees. It might as well be on the Pro Bowl in Hawaii.
Yeah.
This thing's going to be a balmy. That tight. That crowd's going to be tight because they know what's rolling in. Yep. You have a good old-fashioned football game.
Ninja says, first time a has been watching Game On Show and Crick's Corner. What time y'all usually on? Well, during football season, we go 3 times a week. We're on Sunday nights at 9:30. We're on Wednesday nights at 9:30. And then now, this season, we started last year, but I think we kind of fizzled out. But this year, we've been on every Saturday night giving picks, and we did pretty freaking well, Ninja. Sergio says Denver Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl. Stafford over Darnold for sure. Dude, yeah. Look, the Rams have the pieces. The Seahawks have the pieces to beat the 49ers, right? They're built to beat the 49ers. The Rams are built to beat the Seahawks. We've seen it. Matt Stafford throws for 500 yards every time he plays him. And then Sam Darnold has 6 turnovers every time. You know what I mean? Like, this
is a Matt Stafford MVP season, Super Bowl retirement. This is what it is.
People are gonna see that game last week for the Seahawks and be like, "This is the best team in the NFL. This is the best team in the NFL." It's like, and they're gonna hammer Seahawks 2.5. They are going to absolutely hammer that. And I'm here to tell you, having watched a lot of NFC West football, the Seahawks are very good on defense. They cannot match up with the Rams playmakers. Didn't the last game they didn't play with Devontae Adams?
Correct. Yeah.
Like, the last time the Rams Seahawks played, it was Matt Stafford threw for like 500 yards and 5 touchdowns and didn't have his second best receiver.
And Charbonnet out is a big deal.
That is a big deal.
Kenneth Walker's not a bell cow 25 carry guy.
Finicky too. So
yeah.
But anyway,
I said it. He feeds off outside zone, and the 49ers can't defend it. So it was like.
But again, that's how the Rams defense is built, though. They're built to stop that because Shanahan started the outside zone movement in that division, and then everybody built their defense to be able to stop that with their nickels and their athletic freak defensive ends and outside linebackers and all that stuff. And now they all caught up, and so. But I like all the consensus I can get. That's right, Ninja. We're going to take the Rams 2.5. We're going to take the Broncos 4.5 because we're not cowards.
Do we do favorite pick still?
I don't think so. I don't see it. Cowards. You want to see my spreadsheet that I made?
Yes. Did it
But
line
they,
up with our stat with our pick?
yes, it was just a spreadsheet of I took and I calculated Sam Darnold in teams. So all these numbers, they're just literally numbers on a screen. You can't see them if you're. What I did is I took completions, attempts, passing yards, rating, and then I calculated how many turnovers he had and how many touchdowns he had. And then I took I calculated his completion percentage, and then I compared it to basically his season long numbers. And I came up with he completed 67% of his passes against teams. He played 8 games against teams that were ranked top 12 in the NFL in rushing defense. Because I wanted to see, I'm like, when Sam Darnold has to throw the football because you play good rushing defense, what does he do? And it turns out he's Sam Darnold. He doesn't waver. He turns the ball over just as many touchdowns as he throws. His his rating is around 91. But what you have to understand is, against top 12 defenses, that's where all 3 of their losses came from. And most of those games, outside of the playoff game against 49ers, they're ranked 11th in rush defense. Most of the games were 1-possession games. And I think the average margin of victory was 4-7. I think it was somewhere in there. So basically, my synopsis of this was Sam Darnold, when he plays good rushing defenses, they basically don't really change their game plan. He had 14 turnovers on the season. 9 of them came against teams where he had to throw the football. And that's when their 3 losses were. So when they play a team that actually stops the run, they're more likely to lose. He's more likely to turn the ball over.
Rams are a laugher.
I love it.
I got this one for you too. I forgot to mention.
Okay.
Patriots are receiving 70% of the
70?
tickets per action.
I love it.
In the last 20 years, only 2 road teams in conference championships have closed with 70 plus tickets. The most recent, last year, the Bills went into Kansas City. Losers. And go back, 10 years ago. New England went into Denver, getting 70% of the tickets. A backup quarterback by the name of Peyton Manning shocked the world and sent the Broncos to the Super Bowl. That's at 70%. If you want to go even further, 65% of the money. Commanders last year against the Eagles had 65% of the money, lost 55-23. And then back in 2007, Rex Grossman beat the Saints at home.
Wow.
49-14. So this is a feisty spot for the Broncos. Love it.
I think the Rams are going to come out on they're going to come out on fire. I think they're going to get up big, and it's going to be you're not going to be able to run. Oh, we're bully ball. The Seahawks, the big bad bullies of the NFC. This is I think Sean McVay he's been salivating over this for weeks since that Thursday night game.
Yeah, and all the Johnny Public talking points about, the Seahawks have a rest advantage. Oh, the Rams have to fly across the country. Oh, and team. This is all way too public information. If all these things mattered, the spread would be 3 or 4. 2.5, they're baiting you. They literally casting the bait, sitting there hoping all these people just jump on Seahawks. Win by a field goal, baby.
What are the numbers for the Seahawks Rams?
I think that was closer to 50%.
People, but that's not because people believe in the Rams. It's Matthew Stafford. It's Matthew Stafford.
They saw what they saw. 52% Rams.
Shit.
It's fine. That's 50-50. That's what they want. That's a good day for Vegas.
Yeah. Okay. I got nothing else.
All right.
I'm good.
Somehow, we talked for an hour about 2 games, and we used to talk about 16 games in an hour.
We did. You know what? That means the chemistry's there. And we got people like the Ninja coming up in here, throwing questions at us. We got people like Sergio throwing stuff out there. We got people like BMO, Black Labby up in here. We appreciate everybody throwing those. Rift Avenger, I hope you got what you want. Also, here's what I want to see. Receiving props. Looking for your third one. So you got your 2 picks here. You got Rams plus 2.5, Broncos plus 4.5. I want to see what Devontae Adams receiving receptions is set at. 4 receptions is minus 174. I think
All right.
Devontae
If
Adams.
you think the NFL is rigged, who's playing the halftime Super Bowl show?
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny today says he's going to honor queer icons at the halftime show. Entire region of North America, New England, is, quote, gay for May. Just saying. What more perfect person to be playing in the game Bad Bunny's honoring the queer icons than gay for May?
Oh, Super Bowl winners.
He's going to wear a dress.
Here you go. He is going to wear a dress. That right there. Devontae
Okay.
Adams.
Give me the tight end. Give me Colby Parkinson. 4 catches.
4.
Yes.
That's plus 171. Okay. There's a couple for you there. There's a couple for you. I think not having Devontae Adams, I think everybody's, the rule of thumb is when the Rams get Puka Nacua 7 touches or more, they're now 17-5.
Use some good juice and 7 touches. Although handoffs, they did that last week.
Yeah. 7 receptions. That's minus 209. 8. You have to go all the way to 9 receptions for Puka to get to plus money.
Oh my God.
They know. I mean, if I know, they know. So
people forget Sam Darnold oblique. Still an issue. Still in the report. Matt Stafford off the injury report with his.
Oh God, don't with his Winnebago. Okay. That was a fun show. Again, 2 games, talk for an hour. We can do it. Look, if people are like, oh my gosh, there's no football. We have nothing to talk about. We can sit here and talk about an hour for nothing but Jarrett Stidham being the number 1 ranked quarterback in 2015. Love it.
Right.
For those of you looking for more content from us, follow the social medias right here on your page. At the Millie Goats, pretty much anywhere you find. What the fuck is going on in the NFL? Yeah, I don't halftime shows. I don't know this. We got to get back to
Janet Jackson's tit. You're right.
Something.
When men were men.
That's right. Just Prince when he's playing the guitar like he's
behind
that giant. It's incredible. But anyways, follow us on the socials at the Millie Goats, anywhere you find them: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Rumble, TikTok, all this place. And Ninja, if you're still here, if you listen to podcasts, go there, subscribe to the show. We release the audio every time after we record here on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, all those. And subscribe and leave a rating and a review for that. That would be huge help because we love those. And I got nothing else. Last multi-football game day tomorrow for a couple of months. Everybody enjoy it.
See you next week for the Pro Bowl.
See you next week for that's right. Pro flag football game. All right. Enjoy your Sundays. Everybody be safe.
Thank you, man.